Hi, my name is Dee Harris. The title of my video today is Why This Registered Democrat is Voting Republican in 2020. Have you ever been afraid to speak your truth for fear you might be ridiculed or ostracized by your peers? This is for those of you who might be afraid to speak your truth about voting Republican or any other issue you may be experiencing. You are not alone. And as a side note, I am not a political advocate for either party. I won't tell you how to vote. I won't demean you if we have different opinions, but I do advocate looking at the whole picture, then following your heart to help you make decisions, and don't be afraid to express them. I got to go to a flag waving this weekend for President Trump. Out of my comfort zone? Hell yes. Why? Well, you see, I'm still carrying around that defective character called fear. It so reminds me of walking into my first AA meeting and introducing myself as a newcomer. Hi, I'm Dee. I'm an alcoholic. One of the hardest things I ever had to say. But today I realized that I got to say it with enough courage, clarity of mind, and grace from a higher power. It changed my life for the better. It showed me that practicing rigorous honesty is a freeing way to live. And it showed me that I am not alone, ever, on whatever road my journey leads me. So where am I going with this? This is important as to why I attended the flag waving. When I walked into the rooms of AA, my thoughts and actions were still fear-based. Society wants us to be fear-based so they can control us. Take a step back and try to see the whole unfolding of COVID-19, Black Lives Matter, vaccines, and on and on. I was so afraid of what you would think about me if you knew I was an alcoholic. AA's 12 steps have gently pushed me away from that fear that overshadowed my entire being up to that time. I still have it, as I felt it this weekend, but I have tools today to put it into submission. Faith over fear. I once again was surrounded by a wealth of like-minded people who weren't afraid to speak their truth. When I speak at a DUI class a few times a month, I encourage the students to try to let go of the guilt and shame of getting a DUI, and perhaps even of being an alcoholic. We are what we are, so let's make the most of it, no matter our color, gender, religious or political views. There are no coincidences. Let's not sit any longer on the pity pot, and let's be proud of who we are and our views. Let's not live in secrecy any longer for fear of others' opinions. Let's speak our truth. This is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. No more hiding in the shadows. God doesn't make junk and has so beautifully orchestrated these journeys for us to learn, thrive, become empowered, and share. When I speak at these classes, I pray for the words that will offer one person a ray of hope and optimism. So I pray now that someone will get a ray of hope and optimism from these words that I share. I am a registered Democrat, and I have been since I could vote, living in California at the time and now living in Hawaii, both very democratic states. Things were very different then. I was different. I even refused to walk with my graduating high school class or get a cap and gown, as I was anti-establishment. Deep down inside, I am that same teenager. However, having completed high school, college, career, and child raising, I now have time and desire to learn what's really happening out there in the real world, and I'm concerned with what I am witnessing. What alarms me the most is not what is happening just here in America, i.e. Biden versus Trump, Democrats versus Republicans, black versus white. It is far more alarming than what is happening here in America. I see great corruption way higher up, which affects greatly the aforementioned, the global elitists, the ones who hold all power, money, control, and decision-making across our great planet. The ones who steal and kill our children, make billions of dollars off sex trafficking, the ones who change our climate for their own gains, the ones who shall thrive on 5G while our bodies are deteriorating, yet our faces will be recognized anytime and anywhere. Now, which candidate do I feel can help us get out of this place of darkness? With much investigation and soul-searching, my gut tells me to vote Republican. My opinion only, folks. Please do your own research. How does this happen? Money, power, threats, blackmail of our very own politicians. It seems the more a politician is in office, the more control the powers that be have over him. Yes, much of this has been going on since the beginning of time and shall take quadrillions of baby steps to clean this up, if even possible. But we've got to try. Even baby steps are better than no steps at all. I have hope. I have faith. I know if I don't speak my truth, I am being selfish. My life is no longer about me, it's about us. So I attend a Trump flag waving. My original pre-COVID intention was to attend a real Trump rally on the mainland to see what makes his supporters tick, what they feel, think, and why. But with this year's lockdown, that wasn't possible. But yet it afforded me the time, ability, and drive to learn more. I feel I get it now, why they support who they do, whether it be basically Trump and or the Republican Party. So many of my peers are anti-Trump. I get to hear their opinions. I've received none thus far, though, to change my mind, my intuition, or my heart. Yet I remain open. I want no negativity or bashing. I want to hear both sides in a positive manner so that I can form my own opinions and respect yours. Getting out of my comfort zone in the democratic state of Hawaii with nowhere to flee except the sea. Yikes! No fear, God's got my back. Let me just say, this has nothing to do with the two candidates who are running for president. It is much bigger than that. Who is the lesser puppet to the global elitists? Who can help us to be the great country we were meant to be? Neither is perfect, nor are we. We just do our best with integrity and honesty. I will not get everything I want from either candidate, but I must decide who can make America great again. Who can start to dig us out of this hole of deceit and ulterior motives? My gut is yelling at me that we have been deceived, brainwashed, lied to, used, and abused by the Democratic Party for way too long now. All was hunky-dory until our current president stressed how we were being lied to by our media. With a lot of investigation and soul-searching, I agree wholeheartedly. We are being lied to by the media, who is owned by those who have their own agendas, and those agendas do not serve us as a nation, nor as human beings. I choose to vote Republican this year because I value my freedom more than I value the Democratic handouts for which they only ask one thing from us, our freedom. And they will continue to frighten us into begging them for their help and protection. Have faith. Don't live in fear. You will be bashed for speaking your truth. Those who bash you are themselves living in fear and not respecting that we all have the freedom to express our opinions. Or do we? Social media constantly censors and punishes those who do. Those who do not live up to their agendas. The money-hungry left who forgot that we are all Americans living together in our blessed country of freedom. Is that not why our ancestors risked everything to get here? How soon we forget. How easily we lose gratitude when every basic comfort surrounds us. Let's stop being lemmings with that hunky-dory mentality that everything is peachy. This election is crucial. Whichever way it goes this November, there will probably be rioting and chaos from those who have taken for granted our blessings and who have forgotten humility and who ultimately is in charge. Have faith and don't be afraid to speak your truth. Help make America great again so that we can make our planet great again. And the beauty of getting to attend the flag waving with enough courage, clarity of mind, and grace from a higher power was once again realizing that I am not alone ever on whatever road this journey leads me. Thank you. My name is Dee Harris.